Hey guys, this is Mark here. I just said I'd do a video for a change. So this week was week 4 in creators, and what we decided to do was build on what we did last week, which was patterns. So um, to do some animations and to look at the mouse. So what we have here in week 5, balls, it's called. The code is up on GitHub as usual. Look for Coderdojo athenry creators 2018. Then you can find the stuff. So let's take a quick look at what we did. Opening up Studio here so we can see the code a bit better. And I guess before we look at the code, let's just take a quick look at it running. So if I reveal an Explorer, open it up, you can see that we have a ball. This one has a little trail behind it. And as I move around the mouse, you can see the ball is changing colors. It's moving in kind of a steady direction. Got it. You can see my hand here, but it's in a consistent angle. But if I click the mouse, you can see that it changes direction and it moves to exactly where the mouse is. You can see there's two things that we covered are animation. This ball is moving around, it's leaving a trail. We left that intentionally so we get these patterns. And the other thing is the interaction, so that when I move the mouse, if I go over here, it's more purple. If I move down here, it's lighter in color. And if I click the mouse, it disappears from wherever it is and moves to where the mouse is and goes in a random direction. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the code. I'll launch straight into the sketch because the index HTML is the same as it usually is, just basically a host for our app. Here we've got p5.js and sketch.js. Actually, I might just call this bouncing. That's fine. So let's give it a better title on the top. So looking at that, if I refresh this, see it's now changed from template to bouncing up the title. So looking at the code here, we've got some variables. The variables are ball x, ball y, ball size, x speed and y speed. So they're kind of self-explanatory. The x and the y is the center point of the ball. The size of it is how big the diameter is, and the speed of it in the x direction and the speed in the y direction. All the setup does is creates a canvas, puts the ball in the center of the screen, width divided by 2, height divided by 2, sets up the size of the ball. Of course, these are just variables, there is no ball yet, and sets the background color. And in the draw function, we first say, well, where should the ball be? So the ball should be whatever its x position plus the ball x speed, which we set to a where do we set the ball x speed? 5 up here, or 1. And ball y is ball y plus ball y speed, so it's always initially starting off going more to the left than it is up and down. And then in the next couple of lines is where the magic is. So this is where, remember in Scratch we had if on edge bounce, but we don't have that in P5. What we have to do is write code for it. And really the code is just looking at the variables. It's saying if the x position of the ball plus its size divided by 2, so that takes it from the center out to the edge, is greater than the width, or if that value is less than 0, then make ball x speed multiplied by -1, so reverse the ball x speed. So if it's on the left, it says now the speed is moving it towards the right, so she'll start to go this way. If it's on the right, it'll be make it as though it's on the left, and hence it goes back and forward. We have the same logic here for up and down. So that's how the ball is bouncing. Of course, these are all variables we've been dealing with to this point. So here is the first time you actually see a ball where we set the fill color. And you can see I set the fill color to whatever the mouse X and mouse Y is, as the red and the green. RGB, remember it's red, green, blue, transparency. So for the mouse X and the mouse Y is, so that's how come when I move the mouse around, I'm setting the color of the ball. and then I just draw an ellipse here. And that's it really, guys. The other function is mouse pressed. This is one that automatically gets run whenever I click the mouse. And here I do something very similar, which is set a random x speed and a random y speed and move the ball x and the ball y to the mouse. And I guess what you see out of this is that most of the code is just changing some variables, and the only thing that's drawing a ball is this ellipse. And because draw runs 60 times a second, it has that effect of animation. And that's it, folks.